Hello, my name is Samuele Contestabile, and today I'm going to talk about advertising careers and jobs. Why would we choose advertising? Advertising is a very creative and diversified types of job. Basically, the main purpose and goal of an advertiser is trying to create new ideas that could persuade people's mind and therefore get people to buy a company's product or service. Advertising careers are very successful and for people, since it's a very creative jobs that gives the opportunity to everybody to give something of yourself in order to create new ideas that could potentially persuade someone else's mind. And since you have to be the main goal of an advertiser is to be creative as possible, you don't necessarily need a college degree. Therefore, for someone who doesn't have a college degree, advertisers could end up getting even more than $60,000 a year, and is for sure a section of the within the business world which is growing a lot and is said to be growing much more in the future, and therefore there is a lot of jobs opportunities in even more in the future. The job descriptions. Basically, an advertiser has to, as I said before, try to as creative as possible, and therefore they have to try to create something new and unique. And an advertiser would most likely going to work with a team, and therefore also try to be critiqued by someone else's in order to create the best possible idea. And therefore having a team and discuss your ideas could be very successful, and even for the company, because they will try to put outside the best idea to advertise the product. And a good thing about the advertising job would be to work with top executives, which means that once you created your idea and you've created the best idea within your team, you would then present it to a top executive, so even finance, to the finance section, to the management section, and then try to work with them in order to see how much should we put for the budget, where should we place the ad, which social media, which website, and all of that. Some statistics about the job. The jobs in advertising, as I said before, it's a very growing section within the business world, and is already advertising jobs are already increased by 9%. And advertising managers obviously gain much more than normal advertisers. They earn basically from $120,000 a year, and obviously the companies who look for advertising management will most likely ask you for a college degree as well, since you will have to have also manager skills, which you can acquire obviously in a college with a college degree. And but you still have that sort of creative and unique space that can give you the opportunity to get new ideas. And another rewarding thing about advertising jobs is that you have the possibility to meet a lot of people and a lot of companies all around the world, especially for a freelancer, so an advertiser who works for different companies. You have the chance to pick companies from all around the world and try to create new ideas for them, and therefore meeting a lot of new people. And it's also a possibility for yourself to grow as a person. And if I would like to choose an advertising career, since it's a very successful job to me, since you will have basically you will have to be creative as much as possible, and therefore I think it's a very successful thing for a job, especially today in the 21st century. And therefore even the thought of being to work with a lot of people and try to come up with the best ideas every day, I think it's just very successful. And plus it's a section in the business world that is destined and is destined to grow a lot in the future years, since all of the company, any business in the world needs advertising to advertise, to market their product and their service. And some other statistics about advertising, especially from the job, is that a lot of basically all companies in the world, since they need advertising, they spend a lot of money in online advertising. We can show from this graph that in 2020 companies have spent almost 400 billion dollars in advertising, in online advertising, and it's already been 53% more than from the beginning. And it is estimated that even in 2023 there will be already more than $500 billion, so 500 billion dollars spent in online advertising, which is an enormous amount of money, and it shows how much is important for companies all around the world to spend money on marketing, on advertising, and try to get the products to the customers. And it's already for 2023 would be an increase of more than 60%. And thank you very much for watching. I think advertising careers and jobs are very successful, are set to be growing much more in the future, and therefore it's a very open career, creative career, which I would most likely going to choose, and I would like to work in an advertising job.